What's up?
Hey,
How are you?
good. What's up?
Good to see you.
You too.
So cool.
What's been
This is the
happening?
room. This is the 92.5 XTU room.
How many people are on here?
There's 6, 8, 9. 9, and then when you guys come on. So it won't be too many.
Okay, now I got it.
Yeah. So. Oh, there's Cam. Hi, Cam.
Hey.
Looks nice there.
Pretty all right. How you doing?
Beautiful day. Shit, we're rain here.
Well, we could use some rain here, man. It's dry.
Cam,
So are you in Montana?
No, I'm actually back in Texas.
Oh.
Cam, Mr. Doug Farrell in the middle looks like your dad.
Let me see.
Looks just like Chris.
Oh, that kind of does look like my dad.
I told them when I come to the show, I'm going to say I'm Cam's dad, and I'll get back.
Just like that. Hey,
Donnie, work
Cam's
that out, will you?
dad.
I'm recording, Doug.
How's everyone doing?
We're good. We're just waiting on Mark, of course.
Aha.
Right.
Story of our life.
So we'll give it another minute. So
Okay.
Cam, you're in Philadelphia. This is all folks from Philadelphia, as you know.
That's right.
So
Frickin' Philly. Go Cowboys.
Oh,
and there goes the Zoom.
and that goes the video. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Had to do it, guys. What would the Eagles be without the Cowboys? You know?
They would be hating the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always someone to hate, right? If I've learned anything in
Yes.
2020.
That's true.
All right. So before we get started, can everyone besides the boys from Midland and Raz hit mute real quick?
All right.
And then I'll unmute you when Raz calls you guys out for a question.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are we waiting?
Raz,
We're waiting on one more.
Yeah.
What's new with you?
No, nothing. I mean, we've been working with a skeleton staff kind of the last 2 months. I've come to work every day since COVID started. So like life is pretty normal for me. But there's a young lady on the screen here, Marissa, who's not been to work. Well, she's been working, but not kind of in the office. Donnie's been in and out. So, you know, we're kind of working with a skeleton staff. Other than that, life's been pretty normal-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but I'm doing okay. Now you guys go. We'll talk about this in a second, but it must be tough being on the road for all those years and then all of a sudden have to be home. You know.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's definitely weird. I've never spent this much time at home since I can remember.
Yeah.
It's a gift. It's a curse. It's all of it all together. You know.
Hey, Mark.
Hey. Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Fashionably late, man. Love the hat.
We just finished a co-write and I was slamming down a pizza. I was starving.
So, Mark, you're talking to Philadelphia. Nice to see you.
Hey, Philly.
So this is the room.
Yes, this is the room, Raz. You're all good.
So I was doing a little bit of research, and I guess Mark, you could talk first. Is this a extended version of Sneaky Peeky Time? Tell me about Sneaky Peeky Time.
Sneaky Tiki Time.
Yeah,
Sneaky
Tiki
Peeky
time.
sounds.
Tiki.
Yeah, Peeky sounds perverse a little bit almost. You know,
That's a different show.
salacious. We're a family band here, for God's sakes. Sneaky Tiki Time is really just kind of something that I did for a guest, kind of screwing around. Jess and Cameron are always coming up with skits, and I guess I am kind of laughing about things. You know, we're huge film fans. we're kind of fans of all art, and one of the greatest arts, the most important arts along with music, is laughter, especially during these times. So we came up with this thing called the Sneaky Tiki Time. Sneaky Tiki is something that the three of us have been talking about for a while, saying if we ever open a bar, we'd want to open like a cool Polynesian tiki bar and call it the Sneaky Tiki.
There you go.
So again, it's just a little bit of Midland's weird coloring. So you got some music in there, you got conversation, you got these skits, you got animation, and you got a bunch of drinking while we're doing it all. So sometimes it makes sense, and most of the time it doesn't.
That's a call.
Somebody checking in. All right. We just welcome Liz to the room. Hi, Liz. Wave to everybody. We can see you.
Hi, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Yeah, we got a bunch of rooms in here. Okay.
Yeah.
I see Raz in there.
So speaking of doing a lot of different genres, I see you guys in a film about the band. And Mark, you're the guy that gets in trouble because you like to sneak an extra card at a card game. Cam is going to be the guy that's comic relief that tries to get you out of trouble. But then it's going to be Jess that's going to have to get you guys out of trouble because he's the gunslinger. This is like a spaghetti Western, but he ends up like Buster Scruggs.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
I think Cameron's going to be the one to make Arden, though.
Yeah.
I'll just be clueless, probably just talking and not listening to anybody and totally missing the sleight of hand. And then Jess will have to clue me in, and most likely I'll be the guy that gets punched in the face.
Well, I hear you. I can see that.
Also an exciting. I missed you.
Oh, no, you cut out there for half a second.
All right, I'm back in. I'm trying to find a hot spot here.
Yeah, so you guys all been involved in some films. I know, Cam, your family's in films. Mark, you just finished a film. Jess, you do any films? Are you doing anything on the celluloid?
Actually, we wrote a screenplay that's actually Cameron's been making trips to LA and shopping the script and getting interest in it and stuff. So that's something you may see in the future from Midland.
Based it on the Gator Boys.
Man, one day we'll do like a Blues Brothers version of the Gator Boys story.
That would be awesome.
Right?
That would really be awesome. You got to definitely use the cars that you guys are good at using.
We got to use the car. We got to get from Philly to Dallas.
We got a pack of cigarettes. We got a quarter tank of gas. We got I bastard. That's the line.
Smoking the Bandit. Could do Smoking the Bandit kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Not Bandit 2, the original.
I think I think we'd want to do. I would love to do Midland to do Magnum PI, and have the three of us star as Magnum and his two sleuth buddies, if only just to have an excuse to go to Hawaii for 2 months.
There you go.
I'm
You guys ever
into
played Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played there last September we played in Honolulu at a place called don't tell me, just somebody's asking me this. You guys remember the name of that venue?
Nope, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
We stayed at the
I do remember surfing in front of the venue. Yeah, spit on the west Coast.
There's a guy
I do
named
remember that I got to go surf and then go to sound check, which is pretty cool.
driving a car right now. It seems very dangerous to be engaging in FaceTime activities while driving a vehicle. It looks like a van, like a family van.
Oh, Joel? You're talking about Joel?
Huh? Joel?
Eyes on the road, Joel.
Be careful there, Joel.
Looks like Carolyn might be driving too.
Carolyn's also driving.
I'm parked.
I'm
I'm
saying
on
no,
break
but
from work.
Okay, good.
I hope
nice.
Carolyn's not
Okay,
driving.
thank you, Carolyn. Carolyn,
She's
can you
looking
have
at
a chat with Joel?
Joel, stop driving. Park the car.
Donnie, I'm Joel and Carolyn here for a second.
At least Joel's buckled up. You know, he's he's protecting himself. So
Yeah, but it looks like he's going about 100 in a 65. Joel, what are you running from?
You know, we got to get him unmuted. Johnny, unmute Joel there for a second if you can. And Carolyn.
Hold on, Joel. We want to hear from you.
We got to get you unmuted. I don't know who's in charge of the mute button here.
Joel will have to help.
Joel, we hear sirens in the background. Are you being pursued by the police?
Joel, you can unmute. There you go.
I don't know if I can unmute her.
Joel's talking to us. We can't hear him. Joel, sign language while you're driving is actually very safe.
I really don't.
There he is.
Joel, talk to us. Come on, man.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I really don't want you to get
I
nasty.
can't. No, I'm fine. I can't say anything that may incriminate myself though. So I can't confirm or deny the sirens and lights flashing behind me.
Statute of limitations is.
Joel, are you? Yeah. Do you work for the CIA? That's like an operator term. I can neither confirm nor deny.
No, but I did serve in the Marine Corps for 10 years, so that's
Hoorah!
plenty of rah.
Yeah.
Plenty of things to say and not to say.
Semper Fi, Joel. My dad was is a retired lieutenant colonel in the United States Marine Corps, and our tour manager, Aaron Moeller, served in the 5th Division of the Marine Corps, and he's an absolute beast. We love him.
Wow, that is very prestigious.
Thank you for your service, Joel.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, if you're a sergeant, that means that Jess, Cameron, and I have to salute you. You outrank all this.
Oh, no, I work for a living. I don't take salutes.
Joel, do you know who Chesty Puller is?
I do know who Jesse Fuller is.
Yes, Chesty, one of the most famous Marines ever.
Absolutely.
Chesty, that's a great
tell everybody who
incredible
Chesty Puller
nickname.
is, Joel.
Well, so Jesse Fuller was a brigadier general, served between World War I and World War II, and was one of the most decorated and quoted generals in between the Army and the Navy. He's beloved by many, just above General Mattis, and can't go wrong with good old Chesty Fuller. He's a mascot for the Marine Corps. His name is used for the mascot dog, which is a bulldog.
Yes.
Gets brought in and retired every couple of years. So
I'm assuming this dude can do like 250 push-ups in one set. He's got huge pecs. That's why they call him Chesty.
Even at the age of like 70, he still looks very ripped. So I would not be slighted to say that he probably could.
So since we started the
We'll
room,
have to look him up.
Let's go around and talk to these folks. This gentleman up here, Zach, on the back wall there, it looks like he's got a Midland medallion hanging on his wall. Is that what that is, Zach?
Whoa.
Yeah, so this was a custom. I tried to make it look like a neon sign. It's just a LED strip, but I put it on a sheet of wood, trimmed it out, and then basically
you posted that on social media, right?
I did. Yes, I sent that to you guys. Yeah.
That's cool.
Zach, you have like a full pro setup. Do you do
yeah.
a podcast or something? Are
No.
you a broadcaster? What are you doing here?
I just use it when I don't know, play video games or Zoom calls or whatever, anything.
And he's flanked by his muscle, so
Yeah.
don't mess with
This is my sister Chrissy and her fiance Jeremy.
Yeah, right on.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Is this your team, Zach? Do you guys like go into like warrior games here and like take on teenagers around the world and beat the crap out of them? War games?
Not quite, but we go to Midland concerts together, so
There you go.
that's one up.
Good family fun.
We hope to see you soon at the Midland concert.
Absolutely.
Actually, if you want to hold over to the next Midland concert, get that Palomino album. Dudes, I got to tell you what, that thing is fantastic.
Yep.
I begged for the
that.
download for that for like 3 or 4 weeks from the guys at the label. I just love that thing. I wish I could have heard a lot of the stories you guys were telling though. It's just mostly music.
Yeah.
Thank God. I tend to ramble on stage, so.
You know, you come to a show, you hear one story, you've heard them all. Really, it's the music really came through that night. Thanks for saying that. That was a lot of fun. Zach, you look like you may own that album. Can you confirm or deny this suspicion?
I do. Yeah, that was an excellent night for live. Absolutely. That
Excellent.
was yeah, I think those are some of my favorite versions of those songs. Especially Playboys, when you guys opened with that. Just the way that opened was both in person in the concert and on that CD. It kind of came across the same way. And it really puts you makes you feel like you're in the concert.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
So,
man.
Mark,
Glad you did.
Mark, when you opened up the show, you said, "Can you feel the ghosts?" Now, the Palomino was in North Hollywood for many, many years, and you just look up everybody that's played there, and it's just sat vacant for so long. It's amazing that it's even still a building, that you were able to resurrect it for the night. I'm surprised they haven't reopened it now, since you guys had such a great time there.
Well, the reason they haven't reopened it is because it's so far from what it was. It seems like a work of fiction.
Right.
When the idea was kind of conceptualized and being tossed around, we had no idea how far the former Palomino Club had gone away from its original status, I guess. So if you guys know, the Palomino Club is in North Hollywood in Los Angeles, and it's a legendary spot where the likes of Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Bob Dylan, the Eagles, Elton John, you kind of name anybody that was anybody in the kind of 60s, 70s, and 80s, they all played there. Dwight Yoakam played there back in the day. And at one point in time, it was owned by Clint Eastwood. I think that towards the end, it was owned by Clint. And, for that reason, tons of celebrities and acts really like to play there. So it's just one of this kind of mythical spots. The stories that surround that place, as you mentioned, Raz, are biblical in the music world. And when the idea popped up, we hadn't realized that it had been transformed into an elderly home for Russian nationalists.
Interesting.
And also had a most likely not a certified or qualified doctor's office. Some sort of backdoor medicine was going on there, and our team set to work, and we really did, as I think Cameron was the one that coined it, we created a honky-tonk seance.
Wow.
And we did revive the spirits, and it really was magical. It's amazing what a bunch of curtains and neon and a ton of booze will do for creating an atmosphere and a spirit. But as you guys kind of said, there was a magic in that room that night, and we were lucky to have been recording.
That's awesome. Let's thank the sponsor, Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We really appreciate you for being a part of our station. Let's talk to Erica here. Erica Schlegel is sitting there on the couch. Hi, Erica.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Hey.
If I could ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I love to travel, like to go all over the place. So in keeping with talking about venues that you've played at, like which are your favorites or cities, venues, and what makes them so special?
Man, there's I'm pretty sure there's a Fillmore in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We've been there a few times, and that's a really cool. That would be considered the Fillmore East, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Fillmore East was New York City.
Okay, got it. Well, now it's the Fillmore East because I don't think there is a.
No, there's not.
So technically, I'm right.
Yes, you are.
Philly is just such a cool town because look, like the theaters and the bars and like arenas, wherever you play, that's one thing. But no one, like, I don't think thinks about, you think that we're just on stage and then we sleep all day. But that's not true. We have at least 4 to 5 hours to burn on any given day on tour to, do whatever you want to do, leisure, workout, get a Sometimes you can work out and multitask. Jess likes to paint while he's working out sometimes on a Stairmaster.
We
But
got oysters last time we were in Philly.
oysters last time we were there. The thing about Philly and the reason why we like to come there is because it's such a great town to stay busy in. There's so much history. There's so much, there's so many sites to see. There's museums. There's good food. The venue is great. When we get to go play the Fillmore. But I'd say that Philadelphia has to be in the top 5 for me on tour because there's just so much to do during the day when you're not playing music. It sounds like I'm pandering, and I am. But there is a lot of cool things to do there in Philadelphia.
Have you guys ever played the Corn Palace or the Crystal Palace out in Bakersfield? That's almost like your home place, right?
There's
played the Corn Palace too.
Yeah.
Corn Palace out in the Midwest that we've played.
Jess, where was the Corn Palace?
It's in Kansas, like Topeka or something.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in Kansas.
Yeah, we played there too. We also played the place in outside of Milwaukee. Is that right? Or am I totally? Or Sioux Falls, where Buddy Holly played his last show.
Surf
Ballroom. What was it? Surf Ballroom.
Yeah. You ever played the
Surf
Buffalo?
Ballroom, right?
Yeah,
the what?
Did you say the Sioux Ballroom?
We haven't played the Sioux Ballroom, but we've played Kane's Ballroom, which is really cool in Tulsa. Another legend.
Cool.
How about the Buffalo Chip?
I gotta say, one of the wildest, the Buffalo Chip. No.
That's
we've played the $1 Million Cowboy Bar in Jackson Hole though, and they got a bunch of buffaloes on the wall, which are technically, as you know, Raz, really not buffalo. They're bison.
Right. So Doug, talk to us. He's the one that looks like Cam's dad.
He does look like Chris.
So since you guys brought up Hawaii, let me see if you can see this.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I bought them in Hawaii 23 years ago, so it's my little piece of Polynesia in the house.
Okay.
You want to play a tiki bar? I know one in Key West. I know a guy who runs it. Something interesting for you guys to play.
Well, I got your number, Dad, so we'll stay in touch.
What's the name of the place, Doug?
Well, the Tiki House, Key West. It's right next to Cat and Tony's.
That sounds fun, man.
Duval Street?
Green or Caroline. I can't remember which one. It's Green or it's Caroline. So yeah, you're right around the corner. So
nice.
I'm gonna go do something. If you haven't played Key West, let's go play Key West for New Year's Eve.
There you go.
Yeah. It was just like any show at this point.
There may or may not be a song coming out on album 3 that is a reference to Key West.
Nice.
You're the lyricist, Jess, right? Mostly, or no? You share a lot of that.
We all are. We all write. Yeah.
So what other little places have you played? You know, like small, like what Brothers Osborne was talking about. They played Dewey Beach because it's right up the road from where they lived in Maryland.
Dewey Beach.
What other like little places that people wouldn't know? Little towns, little bars.
Well, Delmarva is really cool. I mean, I didn't know that place existed until we played there. And what an interesting area. You know, it's super rural. With these little beach towns, a lot of farmland, but you're kind of really close to some major cities too, kind of at the same time. That was a cool area because we had to drive across the peninsula to get there.
What about that circus tent that we played in Cape Cod?
Oh, the Melody tent.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite places. Cape Cod. I love Cape Cod. I think
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod.
Yeah, that was a wicked show up in Cape Cod.
Let's talk to Mike here. Mike, what are you doing, Mike? You look like you're sitting at your computer.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. That's how you Zoom usually. So.
No,
Genevieve,
you're late in
Oh,
bed.
he's razzing you a little bit, Raz.
Are you related to the Genevieve's family?
Distantly related, but not closely.
Do not mess with Mike, everyone. Yeah. You don't want any piece of his family coming after you.
Waste man.
Sorry. My question for you guys is nothing against you, Mark, but can we expect more Jess and Cam songs on some future albums?
Yeah.
There's one on the last record, right?
Yeah.
I think Cam sings on the last record.
Yep, 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like. So you'll see more continuing to pass the mic around.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Mark. I like the variety.
Hey, if your last name was a Genovese, I'd take offense, but I'm just gonna be agreeable with you now. All right.
I like it.
Marissa's here with her girlfriends over there. Hi, Marissa. You have a question?
Hi. Well, Lena had a question. She just ran away. But I will say first, I love 21st Century Honky Tonk. Great song. But Lena's question, I'm going to ask on behalf of her, was what have you guys been doing in quarantine? Are you writing new music? Are you taking like the feelings that people are having during this time and writing about it? Are you writing more happy songs? What's going on?
We've been writing a lot. In fact, we just got off a writing session. And this album, we get to kind of write from home as opposed to the last album, which we wrote in transit because we were on the road so much. So you instinctively pull from different places depending on what state of mind that you're in and what state you're in, literally. So there, I think there'll be different smatterings of characters and stories than the last one. Trying new things on, trying new people on, trying new characters out. But we don't have a song with the name COVID in it because it doesn't rhyme with anything, unfortunately. We tried Bovid, that's not a word. Tried that.
Just tried to do this Cape Cod thing where it was like, yo, COVID, wicked, and we were just like, nah, it's...
Yeah. Maine lobster.
There you go.
So, we're still writing. And that's all you can do now at this point in practice and try not to lose your mind.
Hey, I've got something for this, guys. It's called a play on words, Marissa. We're writing and we're writing this COVID thing out.
Writing, R-I-D-I-N-G, and R-W-R-I-T-I-N-G.
Right. Yeah, no, that's
and
great.
And that's the magic that we do.
No, I would define that as magic as well. Great job.
Thank you.
We got some great stuff coming out. We're excited.
Good.
I'm excited to hear it.
Let's go to Liz. Where are you, Liz? Liz is there talking with her friends. Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Hi, Liz. We're talking to you.
Working.
There you go.
Hi, Bessie. Hi.
Hey, Liz.
Hey.
It looks really nice where you're sitting right now.
I'm sitting out on my deck with two of my friends. We're all teachers, elementary school teachers, and so this is one of our last hurrahs before we go back to school, because we actually are going back to school.
Okay.
So, we're happy to be here.
All right. Well, my mother was an elementary school teacher, and I think that the world needs more amazing teachers, and teachers should be paid a lot more than they are. We should invest in our teachers and education.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's so strange that teachers aren't some of our highest paid members of our workforce. So they should be, because it all starts with that. And having a small child now, I think about that all the time. So, yeah. And I think about how difficult it is just to be around kids, especially when they start talking back, walking, moving things, like, holy cow. That's tough. So you guys are saints for doing that.
Thank you. It is. It's a labor of love. You get great stories, that's for sure. You can always come home and tell a good story about one of the students. But these are strange times. I really.
Yeah, strange times. But I think I think there's actually going to be a great, maybe a new momentum behind appreciating teachers and paying them more because of the COVID. I mean, we have, thank God my kid is not old enough yet, but Jess and Cameron are in that kind of dilemma. And I have a ton of friends and sisters that have been, and their brother-in-laws that have been having to do all the teaching and essentially act as the teachers to some great degree over this COVID-19. And I think the takeaway is that everybody just appreciates the hell out of teachers now. If they weren't before, I think everybody's going to be looking at teachers, nurses and doctors a little bit differently because of the incredible services you guys provide. So we hope we get back to normal soon.
Yep, we hope so. We do.
Did you have a question for us, Liz?
No, I was telling my friends here that we were listening to you guys last night. We called you into Alexa and she was playing, your songs, and just really enjoyed it. Just a nice vibe, kind of calming. And so we said, we could use some of that this year. So we're appreciating it. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for listening and for sharing that. We appreciate you right back. We can't wait to come and play for you and your dogs live. Bring the dogs to the show. We're a dog-friendly group.
That was me, Mark.
Let's go to Caroline real quick. She's got to go back to work. She's working in Target.
You're at Target?
I work at Target.
Malvern, Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Caroline. You wanted to say something.
You're one of the heroes too, actually.
Yeah, I've been working during the whole pandemic. Never stopped working, so it was helpful because I needed the money, so I never had to worry about going on unemployment or anything. But my question that I wanted to ask you guys, I have 1 minute to clock in, is just if you I have the country mega ticket, I go to 10 concerts a summer. Is there anyone who you particularly loved touring with or loved opening for, loved having open, anything like that? Is there someone who sticks out as just being a really cool experience or really fun to have toured with?
We've gotten to play with a lot of our heroes. We've gotten open for Garth Brooks and George Strait and Willie Nelson, Dwight Yoakam. Garth Brooks was the craziest, that was actually in Pennsylvania, and it was for 75,000 people.
Largest show in Pennsylvania state history, actually.
I don't know if it was Pennsylvania. It was definitely Pittsburgh's biggest show ever, biggest gathering of people ever. It was crazy.
Was that at Heinz Field?
Yeah, it was attendance record set by Bruce Springsteen, in the 80s, that Garth Brooks shattered by 10 or 20,000 people or something.
Wow. That says a lot. Wow. That's amazing. But Caroline, thank you for working. Thank you for keeping everybody stocked up in Target merchandise.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. This is my second happy hour that I've won, so hopefully I'll win another one.
Oh, what was the other one you were on?
Brad Paisley.
Oh, that must have been cool.
Yeah, that was a cool one. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
See you, Caroline. Take care.
All right, let's not forget about Joel. Joel's been waiting very patiently. Hi, Joel.
Oh, you got to unmute.
Joel.
Sorry, Joel. Go ahead.
There we go. I'm not driving anymore. So.
Oh, wait. You don't even look like the same guy, Joel.
different angle. I mean, less belly, more face.
You look good, bud.
Thank you.
Who's the lovely lady sitting next to you?
This is my lovely wife, Patricia, Patty.
All right.
Super.
Okay. No wonder he's smiling so much.
Why, he was rushing to get home.
Yeah.
Okay, now we know he's breaking all the speed limits.
I immediately called my wife Patty. He was like, "You have no idea what I just want." I was like super excited for this.
Oh, that's cool, man. Do y'all have a question for us, Joel?
I wanted to keep up with the travel because it's something dear and dear to my heart as well. Is I always like when I taste new foods and see what the cultures are in areas, and I wanted to see if you guys have any go-tos when you're traveling and all the places that you've you try to find the holes in the wall or
I think one of our favorite pastimes is food as well, food and drink. And sometimes when you go to places that aren't necessarily culinary hotspots. So when you do have the opportunity to seek out great restaurants, and you're away from home and you're feeling kind of lonely, there's a great comfort. And I think that we do kind of have a type. In the United States, we're usually seeking out, some old loungy steakhouse, the kind of place where you can get an absolutely filthy martini, maybe get some shrimp cocktail with a bunch of horseradish that's going to blow your nasal cavity wide open. There's a place in Indianapolis called St. Elmo's, and St. Elmo's is the kind of place where the youngest waiter is 46, and he's been working there since he was 19 years old. Wow. And he's the low on the totem pole. So you're talking guys that are there for a career. They're all wearing tuxedos. The service is impeccable, second to none. The food's incredible. And the atmosphere is just sports legend, every movie star. They've all, those kind of places where, where the walls kind of do the talking and you walk in. And there was another place that we found after playing a festival. The boys will remember, I think it was outside of Milwaukee, right? For Jess's birthday.
Oh,
that crazy lodge.
Yeah, that was Elgin Lodge.
The Elgin Lodge. Another place that was just so random that we found. And it was almost kind of like, in the best possible way, like walking into a place that was featured in The Shining, like a Kubrick film. So, we're always kind of do that. And then when we go to Europe, or we were in Australia with Tim McGraw, it's really fun to go and sample other cultures, cuisines. And, we famously had haggis for the first time in Glasgow, and some local Glasgowian just sat down with us, and his wife, and this guy had been in and out of prison, and he taught us what the Glasgow kiss was while we were enjoying haggis. The Glasgow kiss, of course, is a forehead. That's what they call it. When you're traveling and you meet the people and you go and have all these dinners and you create these memories that kind of stick with you for a long time, and seeking, to have time and being kind of lonely in your family.
Did we get to everybody? Donnie, did you have a question before we move on? Because I know we're getting to the end of our time here.
Who?
Donnie Black. He's there in the corner.
I did. Cheating Songs, guys. Cheating Songs. Rising up the charts. Great track. Origin. Who got cheated on? Talk to me.
I did.
You admit it. I love it.
Tell me that. High school. Amanda Cervantes.
Well,
Cameron, you actually at one point caught your girlfriend cheating in person, right?
Yeah, with my best friend in my mom's bed. My mom was out of town.
Oh man. Oh God.
I swear to God, that's the true story.
Wow. And guess who's still friends? Cameron's still close friends with Noah.
I am still friends with. Yep, true. I forgave him. She didn't get it.
And we.
I didn't give her a pass.
But and luckily for Amanda, that her name was really hard to to rhyme
Yeah.
into the song.
You can't. Cervantes is very
We were
hard.
trying to. She's bringing back cheating songs. Amanda Cervantes. We couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. It's too hard. Lucky for her.
Now, Mark, is your brother a twin? Are you actually identical? I think he's breaking up there.
I am a twin. Yes.
Are you? Is he an identical
Yeah,
twin?
he is a fraternal twin.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did you do the twin switch?
No, we couldn't get away with that. But strangely, my wife's mother is an identical twin. Her and her mother, I just call them the moms, or the Maryland. So it's really wild. My daughter is 8 months old, and I don't think she can tell at all. I listen after, I think, 2.5 years. I think it was just about 6 months ago, when they would walk into a room, I would have, until they would talk, I couldn't tell who's who. Now I can finally decipher immediately, and I can tell the certain vibes, but they look so much alike, and then they tend to dress alike. It's a wild thing. I had a totally different experience. My brother's is shorter, kind of a stronger build, and much more intelligent than I am. So people were never mistaking the two of us.
We're at the end of our time, guys. You guys are the coolest dudes in the room all the time, and I've appreciated all the times we've spent together talking, and the times we've been able to see you at the shows and stuff like that. I can't wait till we get out of this COVID crap and we can get out of the house and do some stuff. And I can't wait to hear some new music. Good luck with what's happening on the charts right now. I know you guys are fighting your way up through what could be the most crowded chart in history. I don't know if you guys look at it, but it's kind of ridiculous right now.
We don't look too much, but we just believe deeply in the music that we're making, and it's such a thrill for us,
Good.
So we're just gonna keep doing what we do because it's the only thing we're really good at doing, and we love it, and we love all the fans and your guys' support, Raz, since the very beginning, and to all of our amazing fans and all the winners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening and spreading the gospel of Midland. We appreciate it.
Well, you guys are the best. Enjoy the rest of the year and enjoy making the new record. I don't know how you guys are getting through that, but can't wait to hear it. And thank you, Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, y'all.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Keep listening. Thanks.
We will.
See you later, son.
Hi, Jess.
Thank you.
Bye, Jess.
Thank you guys all for joining and listening to XTU. Thank you.
Oh, they left.
Thanks, Donnie.
Thanks.
Yep. No problem, guys.